For our Focus at 4 today, we're sitting down with General Joe Ramirez, the Commandant of the Texas A&M Corps of Cadets, just to get a little update with him. It's been a big year for the Corps. It's about to be another big year for the Corps, so we wanted to hear from you. But before we get to all that business, you've got just a great story that's kind of gone viral in this community, and as it should, because it is so fantastic. What happened? You went out to dinner the other night, and all of a sudden, what?
Yeah, well, my wife and I went to Fish Daddy's on Wednesday night, and we went and sat down and got seated and ordered drinks and ordered our dinner, and we were sitting there just talking, and one of the managers walks up and says, "Excuse me, sir, but a friend who prefers to remain anonymous asked me to give this to you," and he hands me this note, and in the note is a $100 bill, and the note, which I've got right here, said basically, "Thank you for your service, thanks for what you do for Texas A&M, and I wanted to contribute to the boots." And he said, "God bless and thanks, an Aggie buddy, class of '66.
That warms the heart a little bit, I'm sure, especially for an Aggie like you. Let's look at this now. Sure. He brought the $100. He must trust us. No, we're not going to take it. But from such a good cause, of course we would not. So these boots. Let's talk about the boots. Now, most of us know the story, but for those of us who don't, what is he talking about when he wants to contribute to the boots? Right.
Well, last fall during the SMU game in Dallas, Ryan Kreider, who was the Reveille handler at the time, was able to protect Reveille. An SMU football player had been going after a pass, momentum carried him out of bounds toward where Reveille was, and Ryan stepped in between the player and Reveille and protected Reveille. And of course, that was caught on television and went viral, and everybody got real excited about what he had done to protect our mascot.
Of course.
And I was watching the game. I'd been to my grandson's birthday party, and I was sitting watching the game with my sons. And my sons both said, "You got to do something for him." So it was at that moment that I decided I'd buy Ryan's senior boots. So I sent Ryan a note and said, "Your boots are now compliments of the Commandant." And last Friday, a week ago today, I went ahead and followed up on that promise. I met Ryan at Hollick's, and he got fitted for his boots, and I paid for them. And it was a big moment. But one of the things I told Ryan was, these boots are not just from me. They're from every Aggie that saw what you did and are proud of what you did and respect the fact that you protected our mascot.
And how interesting that they are in spirit from all of those Aggies who wanted to know what he did. And now literally you've had an anonymous Aggie actually contribute to that purchase of the boots.
Pretty special. And I posted it to both my personal Facebook page and the Commandant's Facebook page because I wanted people to know that how proud I am of the fact that a fellow Aggie would do this, and in my humble opinion, that's indicative of what Aggies do anyway. And I quoted a line from our alma mater, "We are the Aggies are we, true to each other as Aggies can be." And I said, we take that seriously. That means something to us. It's a lifelong commitment to each other. And so I posted it, and unbelievable the response I've gotten from that posting. But in my humble opinion, it says a lot about what being a Texas Aggie is all about.
It absolutely does. This whole story does. Speaking of what being a Texas Aggie is all about, you've sent out your annual letter to alumni about the state of the Corps. What was in that letter this year? Right.
The last 2 years, I've sent out what I call the state of the Corps, and it's at the end of the year, and I give an update to all former students about how the Corps did that year. And it's everything from our numbers to our grades to our commissioning numbers to how we did with international programs, our ROTC programs, our sports programs. Covers the gamut. And it's just to let folks know how well our Corps is doing. And we had another good year this year across the board. Yeah. And I enjoy sending that out to let former students know that, hey, the Corps of Cadets of Texas A&M is alive and well and doing very, very well across the board, thanks to about 2,400 very, very good young men and women who make up the Cadet Corps.
You put all the credit back to them, but we know so much of it goes to you. What are you looking forward to in the Corps next year? Is there anything special happening?
Well, first off, we're probably going to have somewhere between 2,500 and 2,550 in the Corps this year. Again, the largest Corps since 1970. We're excited about that. Our academic bar has been set pretty high. The class of 15 is the first class to finish with not just a overall term GPR of 3.0, but a cumulative overall GPR of 3.0. And so we're looking for the same thing for this year. And a lot of exciting things, 7 home football games. We're gonna take the whole Corps to Arkansas to Arlington for the Arkansas game and march into Fort Worth. A lot of exciting things ahead, not the least of which is, for the first time in the 139-year history of the Corps of Cadets, the cadet colonel of the Corps, the cadet commander, is going to be a female, Alyssa Mahalke.
An historic year for the Corps, and we can't wait to see the other ways that you make it a historic year. General Joe Ramirez, thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I look forward to a great year ahead for Texas A&M and the Corps of Cadets.
We'll follow you along as you do it.
Thank you.